Ilia Topuria is now the UFC Lightweight Champion, and the way he did it was absolutely shocking. In the very first round, he knocked out Charles Oliveira cold. Just like that, bam, done. No questions left, no one could argue with what they saw. Ilia completely shut Oliveira's lights out, leaving the crowd stunned and the MMA world buzzing. It was vicious, it was fast, it was one of those knockouts you just don't forget. This win could catapult Ilia right up to the very top of the pound-for-pound list, at least until Islam Makhachev moves up and tries to grab that welterweight title. This fight showed us vintage El Matador in full form. He was aggressive, never backing off. His punches were fast, sharp and on point. And that deadly left hook, oh man, that's what ended it all. Charles Oliveira had a clear strategy coming into the fight. He focused on attacking Ilia's legs and going for takedowns, but Ilia was ready. He had answers for everything. He looked untouchable out there. Nothing seemed to faze him. Now that Ilia's the champ, everyone's wondering the same thing. Who's going to be the first to challenge him for the belt? The most obvious name is Arman Tsarukyan. He's currently the #1 contender, and let's not forget, there's already some serious tension between these two. Right after the fight, things got even more intense. During his post-fight interview inside the octagon, Ilia let his emotions fly. He straight up cursed out Arman, calling him a son of a bee in front of the whole world watching. It was raw and unfiltered, and since that moment, Arman's coach Sarge Troshan has already fired back. In a recent interview, he broke down exactly how he thinks Arman can beat Ilia. He talks about all the holes he sees in Ilia's game and what their game plan would be if they do get that title shot. Sarge explained, to take Ilia Topuria down, the key is to go for both legs. A classic double leg takedown. When Ilia comes forward with that pressure, the way to stop him is to lift both legs and slam him hard to the mat. If you do that, he won't be able to throw his punches or set up his counters. Once he's down, you control him. Then you go to work from the ground. He added, I'm confident Arman can take Ilia down and hold him there. Arman is strong in that area. He won't make the same mistake Oliveira did. When Charles had Ilia against the cage, he didn't do enough. He should have kept working his knees longer, kept Ilia pinned there. Only after softening him up should he have transitioned down to the hips for a proper takedown. Sarge believes Arman can execute that game plan much better. This is just my opinion, of course, he said, but with Arman's skill set and strength, I don't think it will be hard for him to bring Ilia down and dominate him. Ilia isn't that much bigger than Arman, and remember, Ilia came up from a smaller weight class. After the fight, Dana White also had a lot to say at the post-fight press conference. First of all, Dana confirmed that the UFC is very excited about possibly going to Spain, especially now with Ilia becoming a star. There's talk of a huge event there, though Dana said he's not sure if it'll be at the famous Santiago Bernabeu Stadium yet. As for who Ilia might fight next, Dana was very clear. Arman Tsarukyan won't be getting the title shot just yet. Dana acknowledged that Arman did his part as the backup fighter for UFC 317 and said that's definitely a step in the right direction, but it's not enough right now. Then there's Justin Gaethje. Dana didn't seem too impressed with Justin demanding a title fight. He even called Justin's threat to retire if he doesn't get a title shot wacky. Dana's word, wacky. While Dana did praise Ilia's performance and called it sensational, that praise didn't last long. He quickly turned critical. One thing that upset Dana was what Ilia did right after his win, calling out Paddy Pimblett face to face right there inside the octagon. Dana didn't like it. He said it was completely unnecessary, especially since Ilia's wife and child were there with him. Dana also pointed out that Paddy isn't even close to being the #1 contender. He said that kind of face-off made no sense. He compared it to Josh Van facing off with Alexandra Pantoja, which made sense because Van is the next real contender for the flyweight title.
Let's roll the clip.
Why did you say, hey, yeah, let's go ahead and do a face-off?
Well, he's the #1 contender, and I just said that, you know, the winner of that fight would get a title shot. So, and obviously, the fans, wanted to. My thing with with Topuria is his wife and kid are in the octagon. That's not the fight. It's just, yeah.
It was fun to watch.
It shouldn't happen.
It was fun to watch.
Well, that's not really what we do. Give a shit if it was fun to watch or not. It's just that shouldn't happen. Plus, he wins a second title in a higher division. It was a bad call by whoever the hell let him in there.
So does he need to win one more fight, or is that who you want? You're going to tell the UFC you want next? I don't know. Someone from my team told me that Dana was a little bit angry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That he said that.
He said that if he was there, he would not have let that happen.
Yeah, but he wasn't there.
And here's another update. Ilia has revealed what's next for him. He says he plans to return at the end of the year. That means we likely won't see him defend his title for at least 5 months. That's a pretty long wait for a division that's full of hungry contenders. So now people are wondering, who should fight in a title eliminator match to keep the division moving forward? There are 3 big names being tossed around: Arman Tsarukyan, Paddy Pimblett, and Justin Gaethje. All of them have their own stories, their own fans, and their own momentum. What do you think? Who deserves the next shot? Should it be Arman, Paddy, Gaethje, or maybe a match between 2 of them to decide who gets Ilia next? It's a hot debate and fans are divided. Now let's talk about what Team Khabib thinks of Ilia's big win. Finally, someone from Khabib's camp has spoken. Islam Makhachev's longtime coach, Javier Mendez, gave his opinion during an interview with Submission Radio. Coach Mendez has been a major part of both Khabib and Islam's careers. He's seen the best of the best, and in his eyes, while Ilia did look great, he still doesn't believe Ilia is the best striker in the game. Mendez praised Ilia's boxing. He said it was sharp, elite, and very effective, but then he pointed out that Ilia doesn't use kicks much. That makes his striking game less complete compared to some of the top-level strikers out there. He even compared Ilia to Islam's upcoming opponent, Jack Della Maddalena, JDM. And Mendez was very honest. He said if he had to choose between Ilia and JDM, Jack is the more dangerous fight for Islam. Why? Because Jack is physically bigger, has a better kicking game, and a more well-rounded striking style. Mendez explained that JDM is more versatile and can do more things in a fight, which makes him a bigger threat overall. He wasn't saying Ilia's bad. Not at all. But he was clear that Ilia still has some gaps in his game, especially when you compare him to someone like Jack. As for Islam's future in the lightweight division, that's still uncertain. Mendez said Islam might not even come back to 155. Islam wants a second belt. He's already making moves to compete at welterweight, so that dream fight, Islam versus Ilia, might never happen at lightweight. If it happens, it'll probably have to be under very special circumstances. So yes, Ilia's win was massive. It sent shockwaves through the sport, but it might still not be enough to pull Islam back down unless there's something huge on the line. Something really, really big. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.